Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is D,
And this is D.
and you're listening to D&T TV. Welcome back, everybody. Just want to start off with a quick thank you to
Our
an old
homeboy.
an old friend who yesterday, basically. You saw I threw it up on the screen before the episode started. So we just want to say thanks to our good friend Simarah for making that graphic.
Yeah, that's
It looks very nice.
badass imagery.
If we ever have merch down the road, we might throw it on
That's
there.
that's her first fan base art. That made me cry a little bit. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool because like hearing people say stuff. Like, I had, my buddies started listening to the show too, and they like started texting me and shit too, being like, "Dude, when you said this is so funny," and I'm like, "Oh, you don't even know how much this makes the show easier when people say that stuff to me."
Yeah. We love getting feedback from you guys. So
Yeah. Makes my
literally, if you want to say anything to us, criticize us, call us mean names, we have an Instagram you can DM us on.
Yeah, just
I will
fill
probably
up the
be
comments.
If you want to insult me specifically, go to Instagram because I will be the one answering.
You know when we were on TikTok and I got called less skinny, big chiggly panda.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm like 4 inches taller than him, and I weigh like 5 pounds more than him. So I was like, that's cool.
Really?
Yeah, that's a remark. That's a Chad remark for me.
Nice.
Successful businessman.
Nice. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good week. It's been
a hectic week.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good week so far for me at least.
You started golfing, and then you started playing soccer this fucking week, man. Double sport boy.
Yeah. So first off, I'd just like to point out we only have 5 weeks of school left.
Yeah.
Literally 5.
Yeah, this week is like 5, right?
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because I remember when we were back in our room making these, and we were talking about all the football games. So that seemed like forever ago, but we don't want to talk about most of the football games because the WVU Sports program, specifically basketball, is shit right now.
Well, really what's going to kill us, I think, is paying college athletes, right? Like, okay, listen, a college athlete works out a lot. They do a lot of stuff for their team. Yeah, they should get some money for compensating or something, at least some food or something. Poor bastards, But here's the thing with West Virginia. We're broke. I love us. But, even with people throwing money together and stuff, 6 or 7 years from now, we may not have a basketball or football team because we can't compete with states like LSU and shit like that because they can just absorb money and just.
And if a player sees a school that'll offer him more money just to play there, he'll leave.
It's
just literally today or yesterday, a junior, Hakeem Mesidor.
Yeah. McNeil was in the transfer.
Yeah, Sean McNeil's in the transfer portal and JB's in the transfer portal, but Hakeem Mesidor, a football player who probably would have started alongside of all the other players next year, entered the transfer portal with no reasoning whatsoever.
Great.
And I saw Neil Brown made a statement about it, and he was talking about how he wasn't mad, he was just hurt and upset because there was really no reason. But I mean, me and our roommates have been discussing about it, and he said that he's almost certain that he was throwing money in his face.
You got to follow the money, man. Money is how everything works, man. It's it's sad, but that's just how shit happens. Every time, you'll see, companies give money out during hurricanes and stuff like that. And you're like, okay, are they doing this for ad publicity or are they doing it to genuinely be nice?
Most of the time it's the first reason.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of fucked up because they'll make commercials about them helping. And you're like, hold on, what are you doing? You should just be unspoken about it.
You want to know the number one company that comes to mind when we talk about this?
What?
PETA.
PETA, yeah.
They don't give a shit about animals.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they just want money.
Well, yeah, and then it's just money. The Wounded Warrior Project, right?
No.
Okay, they got into a huge scheme thing because a lot of money was siphoning out. And a lot of it wasn't going to the Wounded Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that messed up?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, so when it comes
veterans don't get enough.
Exactly. Like yeah. Like our generation cares a lot more about veterans than like older ones did, which is weird. Like we were looking at like statistics for my advertising class today, and they said like more people our generation care about them than like most here recently.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh fuck.
I didn't even know that. That's a cool statistic.
Yeah, man. I was and we were kind of gracing over things about like how the future's gonna look and shit. And I had like this idea pop in my head. And you know how you gotta like, when you start YouTube and shit, you gotta do like a 5-second ad. Imagine if you could get like a car for like $500 cheaper, but every time you had to start it, you had to watch like a 10-second ad. Like, so but it'd be like $500 cheaper when you bought it. But
only 500.
Yeah, but think $500 cheaper, right? And it's a 10-second ad when you start your car or something like that.
Okay, if
hold on, 5-second ad, right? So that means you're looking at.
It's a good idea on paper,
right? But so.
Hear me out. Listen, let me bring up a scenario for you.
Mm-hmm. You can't. I've seen emergency situations.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say
like
you're getting fucking chased, or somebody has a gun pointing at your head.
Yeah.
You crank up your car, and it's like the fucking Verbo commercial.
Yeah.
I'm right where I belong.
Okay, what happens if you can start your car, but you just can't like you start your car and shit, but you just can't mess with the radio for like 5 to 10 seconds. You got to hear an ad come through it.
So what if you just have your radio turned down before you start it?
Imagine if it just keeps it at like a regular level. Like they just put like, it's like you just kind of, it's like Spotify, fucking with you.
But it's like the car's programmed to turn up the volume as soon as you turn it on.
Yeah, it's just like, it sets it to like a medium like level that's just loud enough for you to hear. You're like, oh, please, it's 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like a good idea. Like first, like when you're on the lot.
But the thing is, who gets the advertisement? Like what company? Because your first thought is the car
anybody
company.
that wants it, right? Because like, okay, this person, if they bought a new car that has like a computer in it, right? That's like a brand new car. They're not going to want to buy one for a couple of years. They're too broke. They're dead for like 5 years, essentially. Mm-hmm. And like right now, the market's fucking crazy anyways to buy cars.
See, I feel like car insurance companies would like be the number one type of companies that would want to, have their ads
I'd say like
fed into a car automatically. Because like, could you imagine like you hop in your car, not just the first time, every time you hop into your car, you hear Allstate, are you in good hands? And then you can fucking drive off.
Yeah, it's just like psychological marketing.
Could you imagine?
You just hear it repetitively.
Can you imagine how many times you like get in your car and start it in like any given day? Like if you go shopping and you visit a few different outlets, you're probably going to start your car at least 5 or 6 times. And you're going to hear that every time.
Dude, imagine it's like a 10-second, like 5 to 10 second ad, right?
That's a long time.
Dude,
when things start, at first
it
might not be that bad.
You start your car 4 times, that's, at a 5-second ad, that's 20 seconds of your day that you're listening to an ad. And it doesn't sound bad, but when you're just trying to drive home from work or go to work when you're like dead ass tired and you have to hear like an ad, you're like, will you please die?
Yeah.
Like,
if a 10-second ad is automatically played when you start your car. Mm-hmm. If you start your car 600 times in a year, that is an hour of your life fucking gone. It's just advertisement.
Yeah. Nah, man, that's fucked up. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to do that, but it would like save. Like, imagine if they had that deal. Like, it's like YouTube Premium. You can upgrade to get it.
Yeah, you have to pay extra to turn off ads. Yeah,
it's fucking horrible, man. I mean, like getting ads on my phone and shit that are directed to me, and like I like going outdoors and shit, and I'll be talking about a kayak, and I'll see one on my page. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is some scary shit, dude. I don't want you listening to me all the time. But we live in a world that it kind of helps because it's cool to see shit like directed to me, mm-hmm. right? But like when we signed up for Apple and shit, we just signed away a death warrant saying, hey, you can literally just use my shit for anything. And I'm cool with that, bro.
Yeah.
Make money, more money.
Yeah. So recently got into golf and soccer again. The weather is warm, finally.
Did you win last night's soccer game?
I did, actually, dude.
Yeah, you lost the first one by 1 point, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The soccer game I played last night was insane.
Yeah.
Like,
you're
literally
the
insane.
batter for soccer, right? You know, you swing the bat, right?
I'm pretending you didn't say that.
These guys don't know what position you play. I do. I know you fucking from high school.
Yeah,
and
I'm a
shit.
goalie.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I play
you
goalie.
should
But I was getting ready to tell a
probably
story.
state that. Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I play on an intramural outdoor soccer team.
Yeah.
It's not the regular size. It's 7v7, so it's a little smaller scale.
Okay.
So the team I play on, it's a bunch of kids from where we went to school with. So a bunch of river boys, all white boys.
Okay.
Born and raised in West Virginia. Okay. We pull up to the rec center yesterday.
Yeah.
And we make eye contact with 15 African men. Okay?
Yeah.
They are all, like doing keepy ups and juggling the ball, like doing sick rainbow flicks on the sidelines.
And you're like,
We all look at each other, we're like, fuck.
we're going to lose.
We are about to get absolutely destroyed.
Nice.
Literally, like, there was not one of us on that team that thought we had a chance of winning this game.
Yeah.
Okay? So the game starts, and we're holding on. We're not conceding.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually we go down 1.
Yeah.
But we get it right back. We score one right back, okay?
Yeah.
And we go into halftime, and it's 3-3. The score's 3-3 at halftime. So we're like, okay, these guys aren't quite as good as we thought they would be. So we need to come up with a strategy. So the field we were playing on was small enough to where if I caught the ball in goal, I could punt the ball, and it would, go to the other goal.
Yeah, because you were just in a small, area.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, boys, it's the river ball tactic. So what would happen is if I saved it or, caught the ball, 3 of our attackers would just sprint to the goal and, stand in front of the goalie, and I would just punt the ball down there and hope one of them gets a touch on it and it goes in.
That's
okay?
It's kind of like a dick move, though, right?
It may not be, the traditional way to play soccer.
That's what I'm saying, though.
But it's river ball,
yeah,
okay?
you're playing
Listen.
some cheese ball
Listen.
on a college term, man. You gotta have some fun with it, bro.
Oh, we were having so much fun.
Dude,
okay? We tried this tactic at the start of the second half. It worked on the first fucking try. We scored off the first try. And so we're like, okay, this works. It's game on, okay?
Yeah.
We score 3 times off that, okay? It's 6-6. The score is 6-6 going into the last little bit of the game, okay? Mm-hmm. I punt the ball down there, okay? Mm-hmm. It lands at one of our players' feet. They do a few shimmy shakes, slot one into the back of the net. We're up 7-6 with 2 minutes left to play, okay? So, of course, we're hyped. We're like, clamp up, let's go. Defense. And, of course, all the African dudes are, trying hard now. They're whipping out, the try-hard sweat moves.
Well, you all are. It's 2 minutes left on the clock. Everybody's gassing themselves.
Yes. So, they get the ball. They come down towards my end. They pass a ball towards the center of the box. Yeah. And it just gets jumbled up. There's 3 or 4 of them just all real close together, we're trying to clear it. They're trying to kick it at me. Yeah. The ball pops out a little bit, and I'm just met face to face with a 6'5" African man. Yeah. And all that's in between me and him is open field. Yeah. Okay. He looks me dead in the eye, okay, and he takes a shot, okay. This shot is heading towards the top corner of the net, okay. If it's not the top corner, it's the middle, but it's far over. It's a good shot, okay. I dive for it and I graze it with my fingertips, and it bounces off the bar, and it goes immediately straight back into the middle of the field. Oh. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. There's 3 of them standing there. Yeah. The net's wide open. But fortunately, our good buddy K-Hoff upstairs cleared the ball, and we won the game.
Yeah, man, it's just
We won the game 7-6.
it must have been
It was
like
the upset of the century.
well, when you're playing like games like that too, doesn't it feel like fucking great to get back into sports?
Oh, dude,
like
that was the most fun I've had in a soccer game
like,
in a long time.
yeah, because you kind of miss it. I mean, like I loved working out and shit, right? Like, but I didn't have as much fun until I got into jujitsu, and I kind of didn't put it together until this week that I kind of did this with the podcast. Like when I first started the podcast, I used to get so fucking nervous on here talking about shit. And then I started my DJing job where I was doing it live. And this job became way easier in my life because I knew I could just like correct it on here. Mm-hmm. And like now my working out has become like the easy part in my day.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, I gas myself. Then I'll go to jujitsu twice a week and get my ass kicked. And I'm like, oh man, I feel like I have like a purpose to work out more too. Mm-hmm. So like when you're working out and shit now, have you been kind of getting more excited to go play like golf and soccer? Like has your golf or soccer gone up since you started working out?
I wouldn't, probably not my soccer because I only
I'd say
do it
your
like
golf
once a week,
has.
but I definitely in golf because like the goal, because you don't have you don't have to be big to hit the ball.
No,
far.
you're using like your core and your body and your hips.
Yeah,
so
but
like if you can build up your hips and your waist to your back and your legs, you could just get a perfect swing going.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is you already got a shit ton of years of experience of golf and shit. If you just, bulk up, then it's like hand in hand.
Yeah.
Where, I'm like kind of physically fit and I get in jiu-jitsu and get my ass kicked 24/7, right? You, on the other hand, have like learned the technique.
And see, but okay, I'm stumbling over my words. My bad.
You're good.
A thing that most people don't realize about golf is 85% mental and 15% skill. Okay, you have to stay mentally focused for 4 hours.
Okay.
You know how difficult that is just doing regular stuff throughout the day?
The thing about golf, though, is like, well, I think this is with any sport, right? When you're going at it with someone, and it's like the same with fucking, I keep going to jiu-jitsu. When you're like going against someone and you fuck up once, you fuck up if you don't control yourself and be like, I can do better on my second or third shot.
Exactly.
You'll just fuck up your whole game. So if I lose my first fight, like I pulled my fucking leg Tuesday, right? And I had the worst fucking Charlie horse in my life for like a round. I did 2 rounds and I had to set out and like stretch my leg. And coming into my next round, I was nervous as shit because I was like, fuck. I'm either going to hurt my leg or these guys think I'm a pussy because I had to set out like a round because my leg,
Yeah.
And I have that in my mind. And of course I did bad. But the next one when I just cleared my mind and breathe, my match went a lot better. I'm sure it's the same with your golf.
Probably one of the toughest shots in golf, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Is you're on the tee box and you slice one into the forest. Okay. The toughest shot is that next shot. Taking your medicine and punching one back into the fairway instead of trying to do a Tiger Woods 300 yard slice.
Yeah. You're not on WVU Sports, buddy.
This ain't WVU Sports, and you aren't Tiger Woods. Okay, get a hold of yourself, put it back in the fairway, and just keep going.
Well, see, that's like kind of my thing about golf, right? If I can master like my short game, then that's kind of like what I've always been better at, anyways. Like I'm good at like anything to, I'd say like, I don't know. I like everything up to like past 80 yards is like, like I'm inaccurate as shit. But I like my short medium game.
See, that's the thing another thing about golf too is if you don't have a good short game, you're gonna be so bad. There's a saying that goes, it's drive for show, putt for dough.
Nice.
That's the saying that goes around because like you use
because putt putters make a lot more money than golfers, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You use your putter the most every golf round.
Yeah.
Because like
you take off a drive and then you'll use your putter like twice if you're going for like a par. Right?
Yeah. So like I would consider that like a good round of golf. You'll use your putter probably anything under 30
Yeah.
is usually pretty good for a golf round. But that's 30 times. You're using your putter.
Yeah.
Every other
Comparatively-
club in the bag, you'll probably use less than 6 times.
Yeah, and then a lot of people shit on it too because it's like almost a fucking putter, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm here to take 300 yards of lane out of my way, and then you hit it like you said across the fucking moon. You're like,
And it's in the forest.
Yeah, what
and
the
now
hell?
you have to take your medicine and just punch one out.
yeah, fuck that, man. I'd rather like I think my dad like when he plays, all he just does is short game anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like and you know, that's kind of what I like to play anyways because it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, when you go like mixing that short game with like strategizing. You're like, okay, I gotta hit the ball like this, and hopefully it'll roll off that hill instead of I gotta knock the hell out of this ball.
Yeah. Speaking of golf-related things, I was watching TikTok earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And a video of this relatively nice-looking lady popped up on my For You page, and she was a cart girl.
Yeah.
So, do you know what a cart girl is?
Yes, I know what
She just drives around and gives dudes drinks all day.
Yeah.
She
A woman job, yes.
Yeah. She was like, just like a little mini vlog type of TikTok.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, she said she made $500 in tips in one day.
My mom made like $2,000 as a bartender one night at B-Dubs.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But this girl made $500
I went.
from tips.
My mom was my age when she did that, right? Mm-hmm. Which is like scary as fuck to think.
Can you imagine if me and you could make $2,000 in a night?
Yeah, just like being able to do something like that. I don't know. It kind of seems like bullshit when that kind of stuff happens. I'm like, dude.
See, this is
like,
okay.
okay.
I pointed out that she was a relatively nice looking lady.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I'm not trying to hate, but like you kind of have to be for those kinds of jobs.
If you're like well, that's another thing. If you're like speaking or anything like that, people automatically judge you on like 3 things: your background, which means like your experience in that field, right? Then they're going to say how well you look, and then if you're like genuine, if you're empathetic toward people, or they'll look at that shit last. But when they're first looking at you, they're going to be like, is this guy authentic? Is he like a real fucking person, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of overlays when it's a hot chick with big tits.
Exactly.
Right.
See, women, especially our age, who look nice and have a nice body,
It's okay.
they have it easy. I'm just going to say it. They have it easy.
At college, it's easy to say that because we get the perspective as dudes, right? And
Yes.
we're like, if we go out on a Friday night, right? And, I'm like, we're at a frat.
We pull up to the frats.
I'm paying $10 for 3 lukewarm drinks that I could have at my apartment.
while all the women get in scotch free.
And they got like cool Trulies that are,
Nice and ice
unlimited.
cold.
Unlimited.
They're
and
wearing
the
their
ice.
revealing clothing.
That is like 3 stitches long and worth $800.
Yes.
I don't understand that part of life
Yes.
either.
I'm telling you right now, if I was a woman and I had a very nice body, I would sell pictures on the internet so fast, dude. I would make so much money.
See, that's how you don't make money, though. You just got to be like, not like almost, but don't. Then you can just make profit from it.
I'm not hating on
No,
women
hey,
who
listen,
do that.
that's the grind. I mean,
I'm telling
that's
you,
the grind.
women-
If I could do that,
women-
I would.
women-
right? But women don't have that same like as dudes.
Yeah, women who do sell their pictures on the internet and make fucking bank, they figured it out.
How do you think the fucking relationships work with like boyfriends that were like do that? Like, okay, let's say like, like you're, I'm not, you have a
Go ahead.
girlfriend.
I'll
Okay.
because if you weren't going to say it, I was.
Hypothetically, if you had a chick that isn't Haley and she was like, you guys did like porn together, right? In your mind, you got to think that there is millions of other dudes like, and chicks, right? All watching that shit and thinking about your girlfriend in like in a sexual way. That's like got to be mind fucking. Even if it is money, it doesn't fucking matter. Even though you're fucking her, there's millions of dudes.
I don't give a fuck,
Dude, there is
I'm getting a
millions of
fat
dudes.
paycheck. If Haley walked up to me and said, "Dustin, I want to start an OnlyFans," I'd be like, as long as your face ain't in it.
Lord, help,
As long as your
help,
face ain't in it.
help you.
That's all I'm saying. Because whatever comes to her, even though we're not married, I'll let her do. She would make so much money
if she buys you yakisoba ramen, yum yum, and Chick-fil-A sauce. You're set for life.
Yeah.
You're good, man.
Yeah.
And golf shit, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay, imagine this. Haley got to go golfing with you 24/7, right? And get to spend cool shit doing with you because she like had a job that you spent 5 minutes a week doing.
I would take the fucking pictures. I would take the pictures. I'd Photoshop when I'm editing them. I'd edit out all that shit, dude. I'm being so dead serious. You can judge me if you want to.
I'm not going to judge you because
But here's the stipulation.
Yeah.
I really wouldn't want her face in it.
No, because that's your girlfriend. You're like,
But I mean, like,
that's the seller though. That's the seller.
If some dude snapped my girl and he was like, hey, $250 for a pair of your tits, I'd be like, line them up, baby. Let's go.
Dude, I don't know. I think like the people that sell feet pics, that's the money marketers right there.
I'd sell my feet pics.
Yeah, like if like I don't know how that works, but if you are like an attractive young person, if you can sell that shit, market that shit, baby. It's like my sister fucking sells lizards for like $300 a pop, right?
How the fuck do you breed lizards?
They come out in cool collars. The cooler the collar, the cooler the money. Exactly. So you just breed them like fucking Minecraft. It comes out cool, then fucking sell that lad, right? 3 months later, $300. Shipping, $10. Right? Make under 10 grand, you don't get taxed. Fuck it. You know? I know. It's cool to cheat the system in little ways like that. Mm-hmm. But if you're making like big boy money, you get like what? You get like 20 years. You could, I don't know, body modification of OnlyFans. You could get like 20 years worth of content. That's a lot of time for you.
That's true.
You're creative. That's 20 years of life too. You could get content.
Have you heard like the numbers or seen numbers on the amount of money some women make using that shit? You know Danielle Bergoli?
No.
The Cash Me Outside girl?
Yeah.
That's Danielle Bergoli. That's her name.
Oh, yeah. She
started an OnlyFans, made over $1 million one day.
Okay, but you know how that bitch got famous?
Yeah, she got fucking memed on Dr. Phil.
Well, she said that the Catch Me Outside thing in just like a second, like it wasn't really a thing. They sent her to a fucking ranch to get better. Like a Christian ranch. And she spent like 4 months there. And by the day she got back, right? She got back 1 day later, and she got into a huge fight with her mom. And then they had him again on the show, right? And it was just her and her mom. And they were like, well, we don't want to even do it because there's no audience here. And he's like, then you're just here to waste point of time. Mm-hmm. Like that chick was really there just to like, cause, bullshittery. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. I like Dr. Phil. It's like my Nana's like go-to. Yeah. She's like, if Dr. Phil can do it, anybody can. I'm like, what's he got, a psychology degree?
Love you. You want to know another person I love?
Who?
Steve Harvey.
I like Shaq too. I like
Steve Harvey.
From West Virginia.
From West Virginia boy.
Family Feud. It's a perfect host.
Steve Harvey is funny as hell, dude.
Kill! When he says that, like, there's so many memes going about that. Like, I love how, like, Steve Harvey will make these questions that are, like, so, like, sexual-based. And then, like, they'll give, like, a sexual answer, and he'll be like, how dare they? Yeah. They'll have, like, this fucking crazy look on. Like, Steve Harvey will be like...
No, I saw one... And you know how like at the end of every Family Feud episode they'll have like the final 20-second thing, you gotta ramble off a bunch of answers.
Yeah, I like those.
Well, one of them says, if Captain Hook doubled as a handyman, what would he replace his hook with? And the first guy at first said hammer. And someone already said that, so he was like, try again.
Screwdriver.
And he said a penis. And Steve Harvey just went on to read the next question. He was like, blah, blah, blah. And then he went, what the fuck did he say?
Dude.
I fucking love him, dude.
Well, okay, when you're on like those...
He's got such a big-ass smile, that nice manicured mustache.
When you're like, I know, it's the stash. When you're on those like split-second times, it fucks up people. Like, we have music class this week, And our teacher was like, I'm going to see who's American in here. And she's like, we're going to write down the Star Spangled Banner in the board, but starting with the first person, you got to write the right letter. So, you go first person starts and you move through the end, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was like me and two other people that didn't have to raise our hand and ask what letter we were writing. And I was in the back of the class almost. I wrote bombs, if that showed you where in the word. Yeah. But out of the 110 people in my class, none of them could get it on the spot because they were they just blanked because
whoever has
nervous.
The first word has it easy.
Dude, yeah. Well, okay, the first, don't get me wrong, the first 14 people got it, but then they were they'd go up there and they'd stand with chalk for 20 seconds until the dude behind them said something. Mm-hmm. And then, one guy out of
banner.
One guy out of 6 people would be fucking say bombs or banner,
Yeah.
And they'd be oh, fuck,
Yeah.
But we went into talking about the national anthem after that. And you know how I got started, right?
How the national anthem was wrote?
Yeah.
I think it was after
Francis Scott Key.
Yeah, it was after
War of 1812.
It was after a battle.
It was War of 1812, and he was captured on a British ship, and he was watching. I forget which. Fucking some historian's going to shit on me for this. He's watching this battle, and he stays up through the whole night, and they're going to release him the next day. And witnesses our flag still there. And it became a drinking pub song. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah, and it was it was a poem song. So people would drink in pubs, and it'd be us, our friend group, Zach, singing Zach Bryan songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they did is they added an English melody to it, right, of a different song, and then put it to that. And started singing it.
Yeah,
so it's really
shit, this is patriotic as hell. Let's make it the national anthem.
That's what I'm saying. We could take, courtesy of Red, White, and Blue. That's number 2 national anthem nowadays.
That's true.
Literally everybody knows that song. More people could probably sing that than the national anthem.
That is not
debatable.
That is not ridiculous to say that.
No, it's debatable. It's really debatable in this country. And well, more people may know WAP than both of those combined nowadays.
That is almost guaranteed to be true.
I forget. There was a celebrity or someone that said that was one of the most influential songs they had ever seen.
Are you joking?
No. I'm going to look this up. WAP influential song. And I think
we'll relay over to Zach Bryan since you mentioned him.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those of you who don't know our music tastes, Zach Bryan is one of the greatest artists of our generation.
I confused it. Someone said this.
Coming out with an album later in May, over 30 songs on that hoe. That is a stupid number of songs.
Okay,
I guarantee they will all be good
bangers. Though. I like Zach Bryan. I like Tyler Childers. But, it's kind of rough for me to move outside of, this rock genre, especially with working out and shit. Don't you, when you got to get, pumping, you got to listen to, I can rarely listen to Zach Bryan if I want to, get a pump in.
A few days ago.
Yeah.
I was working out.
Yeah.
Threw on my country playlist.
Yeah, I can do that.
I was it's a little underrated. There's some hype country songs.
There is a couple,
That's probably the widest thing I've ever said, but...
I mean, there's a couple, but, and on a real note, unless you can get into the feel mindset of understanding what a country song is getting toward you, you kind of need a rock. Because here's my thing: when I'm counting in my head between sets or anything like that,
mm-hmm.
I'm I got 60 seconds before I need to lift these weights again. My mind will go blank until I'm other than counting, and I'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's what the song is. And you need to pay attention to every bit of a country song a lot of times. You can't just cut in and out unless you know it really well.
See, that's where my way of listening to music it comes in handy. Because when I listen to music, when I work out, I just say, fuck the lyrics. I'm just here for the beat.
Okay, but when you're working out, what I'm saying is you're not getting the full song. You cut in and out of parts, right?
That's true,
and so
in the middle of a set, I'm not really paying attention to it.
Well, yeah. And usually with songs, I love cheesy rock, alt rock songs. So it's the 3 same stanzas over and over repeated. So you really don't need to move too much. The only thing they do is like they'll extend their they'll hold notes longer, and it's usually about the same song, and it's the same beat going through. Now, like a country song like we were talking about, it could be more extensive. It could lead you down a path. So like I don't know if I can always work out to it, but
it's something that you would only do once in a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Tell you what, if you haven't listened to EDM while working out, you should try it. Like dubstep, electronic dance music.
Yeah,
that shit'll get you hype as hell.
It's not, the beat's not like, I don't know. I kind of like that screamo rock mix. That it's like I gotta have some dude that, you know how like
just destroying his vocal cords.
Yeah, well, because my thing is I like to have like, I don't know. I always like to be the super friendly guy, and then I'll go like work out like super hard, like a chaotic animal, right? So I like those songs that are kind of like, like Disturbed. It'll do, what's the fucking, Down with the Sickness, right? It's a regular guy singing throughout it, and then all of a sudden it's like him fucking screaming. So not necessarily that song, but I like that because it goes from like a regular guy like pouring his heart and soul out about a song, and then it'll be like, fuck you, man. Teenage angst. It helps me working out, I swear, man. I don't know, I get a good pump from it every once in a while.
Yeah, I feel like no matter what though, music is essential for working out. There's no worse feeling than pulling up to gym, reaching in your pockets and for realizing you forgot your earbuds.
Sometimes I'll kind of like get mixed on listening to music, because I know in like the military I won't, like if I do basic training or anything like that, I wouldn't be able to listen to music while I do basic training, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of my stuff is motivated from music, or I'll fucking watch clips from movies, and like that shit gives me hyped, drawing motivation from what different places. So like maybe you should try just like running one time without like your music on, and just see if you can do it. And I don't know, like just entertain your mind a different way, because it's like a discipline. Sometimes I'll be like, fuck it, no music privileges, you gotta run today, bitch.
Yeah. But like I feel like that's an advantage if you run outside, because like
you can see shit,
and especially if it's like in the woods and there's like no like pedestrian noise.
Yeah.
If you run for long enough, you can just tone out everything, and all you can hear is your breathing and just the wind racing your ears.
Oh, dude, yeah, that fucking feeling of being in the zone where you have your endorphins like hitting your system, and you're just fucking running on that runner side. You're like, woo, that's like one of my favorite feelings. Another one of my favorite feelings though is picking up grub right after I work out. Though I know it's like, it goes against it, right? But here's the thing, after you work out and you're like, this is the only calories I'm going to eat today, I'm going to destroy this bitch. Like, you're looking at, like, whatever food you picked up, like a ravenous mongrel.
That was me last night.
Yeah.
Go-to meal if you ever want to, okay?
Yeah.
But you're not really trying to bulk, so this may
I'll
not be a thing
tell you
for
my
me.
bulk breakfast.
But no, listen, I was hungry as a mug last night, and it was like 11:30.
Yeah.
So I didn't really make anything. Nowhere was open. So I was like, all right, I'll run down to the market. I run down to the market. I grabbed like a 10-inch sub. It was literally just like chicken and
like
marinara sauce.
Yeah.
And I bought a naked drink. But I bought one of the protein ones.
Yeah.
And so I came upstairs and I was like reading the nutrition facts on it. That 10-inch sub plus the naked drink was 1,150 calories.
Yeah.
And 75 grams of protein.
Yeah.
That was fucking ridiculous.
So you want to hear what like I do for like my protein on the go? Like this is what I'm going to eat for tomorrow for breakfast. I take 2 packets of brown sugar oatmeal. And I take like a little bit of butter, put it in there, add like boiling water, and I put 2 scoops of peanut butter and a scoop of protein into it. And I think it's like 85 grams of protein, and then you get like your butter from cholesterol, a cholesterol from butter. I usually have it like with either like an OJ or like milk. And that right there is like Oh, and I take banana slices in it too, and then eat it with
You should
vitamins.
make that for me one time.
Oh, dude, Austin got it on me, but yeah, I make it with chocolate protein. Comes out gas. Like it's super sweet and it tastes so good. The trick with oatmeal, if you don't like it, like if you pour too much water, you just keep spooning, like stirring that shit. Oatmeal is the easiest fucking thing in the world to make, and it tastes fucking great. You can eat it anytime. It's great protein.
I can confidently say that I've ate oatmeal less than 5 times in my life.
I've eaten I've eaten oatmeal like 5 times in the last 2 weeks, I think.
I never ate oatmeal growing up.
My dad, like growing up, like that's, I don't know. I think my dad got me onto it. He used to eat a shit ton of maple and brown sugar oatmeal as a kid, and it started being non-gluten free. Well, he found out had celiac, and now they got like a gluten free one. It's ass, but he still eats it, man. I don't know. I steal like most of that stuff from like my parents, like eating habits wise. Oreos and milk. My mom, thank God, learned some good things from her. You know? Unfortunately, not too healthy of a way eating. Comparatively to oatmeal. Fuck it.
That's American.
Yeah, exactly. That's the beauty. You see, I used to be the fat kid, so I can tell you what kind of good food to eat because I know what tastes good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I don't have a reason to, but now I have like, mixed results of what's good, what's bad.
Eating processed snacks is one of the most violently American things ever.
Like eating something that's just garbage. I haven't eaten Doritos in like I love Doritos.
I have a question for you, and then we'll close out this episode.
Okay.
Well, all right. What do you think is the staple American snack?
The staple American snack is probably Doritos. Like when it comes to mine, I think of like chips. I think of like Doritos or yeah, man.
So which flavor?
Which is probably like the regular nacho cheese, or I see a lot of people do what's the blue one? Like in high school, you always did the sweet chili. Like your mom would put it in your bag. That shit was so good. Thank you to your mom. Like she fed the whole lunch table sometimes. Your poor mother.
All right, you want to know what I think? You want to know what mine is?
What?
Twinkie.
Ooh, that's okay. That's like more of a meme. Have you seen Zombieland? If I'm just gonna ask.
Bits and pieces.
So you know about the Twinkie part in that whole movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they unload the back of the truck and it's just full of Twinkies.
It's full of coconut like cakes or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, fucking coconut, I want a damn Twinkie. Yeah, I fucking love Zombieland. The first one, great. Second one, kind of ass, unfortunately.
Yeah.
As most sequels are.
That
Except
is true.
Terminator 2 and Aliens 2. If you've watched
and The Godfather too. That's good.
Have you watched any of the Godfather movies?
I have not, but
Then
I've
why
heard.
Then why are you saying that?
They're always marveled as two of
Who's
the best
the main
movies
character
of all
in
time.
the second Godfather? Which actor?
Couldn't tell you.
Starts with an R.
Like the character's name or the actor?
Actor.
He
played in the movie The Irishman, and he was the main actor in that.
What are his initials?
RD.
I'm sure you told me.
Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Didn't he play on The Intern?
Yeah. Same guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a funny ass movie.
The
He's been
Intern's a good
fucking
movie.
great. He also plays in this movie like Taxi Driver. Have you seen that?
No.
You need to watch your older movies, dude. Don't worry. I made JD watch like Batman, like the original Batman's coming up, and he was like, "These are almost as good as the new ones."
Things in my ass.
As I'm wearing a Nirvana shirt, I can make fun
that's
of
very
that.
fitting.
Yeah, I had a chick today. She was wearing like a Nirvana shirt, right? And she like I'm walking down the hallway, and this is the first time I've ever had a chick open a door and then pull back and stand and hold it for me. And I'm like, why is this chick doing this? And I look, and she's got a Nirvana shirt on. And I was like,
How I Met Your Mother.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, I was just so taken aback that
Was she bad?
Oh, dude.
10 out of 10?
Redhead, like blue-eyed woman. And I was like,
Probably.
well, she
cream to
grabbed
britches.
like 4 fucking doors for me. And I was like, this is my wife. I'm already married. I got 6 kids with her. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm already 30 years down the road. And then she walks into a different class. And I'm like,
You should have got her number, bro.
Dude, you don't even know, like, the last door she grabbed for me, some other dude grabbed it, and I was like, oh, man, thanks for trying, but you must be a pro or something at this because you're doing a pretty damn good job, you know?
Yeah.
And I was, damn it, lost chances. There's little chances that every day you can step up and swing, but sometimes you're just going to have to miss.
Yeah.
Life happens.
She's the one that got away.
Damn it. Yes, the chick that held 4 doors open for me, the one that got away.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for listening to this episode, everybody.
Yeah.
Check out the Instagram and TikTok at DNT. Oh, excuse me.
Make sure to
TV.
comment and like, and show us some love. Show us some love.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week.
I appreciate every one of you.
And if you've made it, if you made it this far, and you've listened to the whole episode, thank you.
Thank you.
You are truly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
This is D.
And this is T.
And thank you for listening to DNT TV.
Hasta luego.